complex capital structure because sometimes we have those potential common shares. Okay, for example, convertible bonds. If those bonds converted to the common stock, then we're going to issue more shares, right? The total number of shares is going to increase. Okay, stock options. Those stock options, holders can, if they want to exercise their stock options, company need to issue more shares, okay, to them, right? So then our total number of shares gonna increase. So because those one, so then our earning per shares might gonna decrease, right? So we call that diluted earning per shares. Okay, so but remember, but those shares are not real. Okay, it's just what our imagination. What if, right? What if those convertible bonds gonna convert it, okay, into our common stock? What if those stock option holders will exercise their stock options? Okay, so it's just what if. It's just our imagination. Okay, so we're gonna calculate what if. Okay, so then what is the worst earning per share could be? We call that diluted earning per shares. Okay, so let's work on those one by one. Okay, so we have several situations. So the first one is the stock options. Okay, the rights and awards. So let's focus on stock options. Okay, because we know the stock option, right? Um, those those employees or executives can exercise their stock options. Okay, if they exercise stock option, then they're going to pay us certain amounts, right, at a specific exercise price, and then we need to issue stock, right? As a company, we need to issue stock. Okay, so then our total number of shares is going to increase. That might going to decrease our earning per shares, right? So let's see. Okay, so how to deal with that? How to calculate this so-called diluted earning per shares? Okay, but remember, basic earning per shares has no impact on that. Okay, so basic earning per share only based on the current shares we have. Okay, these options, those are our imagination. Okay, these are the potential shares. Okay, we had to ask what if, right? What if these option holders exercise their option, but they didn't. Okay, they haven't exercised those options yet. Okay, but we just say what if. Okay, and then we want to see what is the worst earning per shares could be. Okay, again, this is our imagination. So the measure, let me use the example to talk about the measure. Okay, so this is still we have that example. Remember we have the number of shares 16 millions, right? So we issue 12 million more shares, and then we got the stock dividends, and then we purchase back 8 million shares. Okay, so then we have this preferred stock. Okay, 5 million shares, 8%, $10 par. So total par value is 50 millions, and then you times 8%. We got the $4 million. That will be the dividends to preferred stock every year, right? The annual dividends amount. So then we have this. Okay, so but before we talk about this, let's talk about the basic. Okay, so let's forget about this part. Okay, so let's talk about the basic, the one we talked about before, right? So the basic is going to be like this. So net income minus preferred stock dividends, right? So then this is originally 60 millions. We issued additional 12 million with the weight, and then we got a 10% stock dividend. You need to times 1.1, and then we purchase back 8 millions with the weight, right? So then a numerator should be 150. Okay, that's the earnings available for common stock. The denominator 75 should be the weighted average number of common stock outstanding. Okay, so that's how we get $2 per shares. This is the basic earning per shares. Okay, so let's talk about this diluted earning per shares. Diluted, let me show you this first. Okay, so diluted earning per share is the add-on. Okay, it's add-on. It's still, everything here is a basic, right? It's a basic. You just add something here. Okay, so it's add-on, right? You add this one, you add this part. Okay, let me go to this one. Okay, we just add sorry. Okay, so we just add this part, okay? This is still the basic, right? So now we just add this part, okay? So we add this part to calculate diluted earnings per share, okay? Why we add this part? First of all, we add 15, okay? And then we subtract 12, okay? So let me go back. Why we add 15, okay? Now let's consider this part, right? So let's consider this part, incentive stock options. So this company has this stock options, okay? So those stock options was granted in 2011, okay? And so those CEOs have received those stock options. Now they have rights to exercise. Those options already vested, okay? So then if they exercise, then they can purchase up to 15 million number of shares common stock, okay? At exercise price is $20 per share. Okay, this part. And another information here is that the average market price of the common stock during this year was $25 per share. Okay, so those are the information we have. Okay, so then first of all, this is the diluted earning per share. Okay, again, this is the imagination. Okay, so we said, we want to ask ourselves, what if those CEOs, CFOs exercise these stock options? If they exercise these stock options, they need to pay the company $20 per shares, right? Totally is what? It's a 15 million shares. Okay, so we at the company, we're gonna issue 15 million shares to them. So that's why the total number of shares is gonna increase by 15 millions. Okay, so that's why here, go back to this. That's why we see this is add on, right? So we add 15 here. Okay, we add 15. Okay, but why we subtract 12? Okay, remember, go back to this. When we assume, this is an assumption, right? We assume those CEO, CFO are going to exercise these stock options. Okay, if they exercise, they're going to pay company $20 million. Sorry, $20 per shares, right? $20 per shares. Totally, this is the 15 millions. Okay, so how much we're going to receive? We're going to receive cash from those CEO, CFOs, right? How much we're going to receive? So this is 15 millions times $20, right? So that's the total cash we're going to receive from these CEO, CFOs. Okay, so this is our imagination. What if those stock options going to be exercised? If we assume going to be exercised, then we're going to issue 15 million more shares. But in the meantime, we also receive this 15 times $20 more cash. Okay, so it's not fair. You only just consider the 15 million more shares, right? You have to think about, what if what are we going to do with this 15 times $20 per shares, right? So that's a huge amount of cash. Okay, what are we going to do with that? Okay, so to balance that, then we want to assume we're going to use this much cash to purchase back our own stock from the market. How many shares we are able to purchase back? Okay, so remember, this is sort of average market price during this year was $25 per shares. That much cash, how many shares we can purchase back? We want to divide by 25. Okay, that's how we got 12 millions. 12 millions. Okay, so we are able to purchase back 12 million shares. So again, this is our imagination, which we want to imagine. Okay, what if these CEO, CFO are going to exercise these stock options? We're gonna issue 15 million more shares. In the meantime, we can use those cash to purchase back from the market, purchase 12 million shares from the market. So the net increase in the outstanding number of outstanding shares will be 15 minus 12. That's a net increase. Okay, that's why we do like this. We plus this part, we plus 15 minus 12. So that's a net increase. Okay, so then you want to calculate, that's now the total weighted average here, right? So will be 78. So this is 150, right? So now 150 is divided by 78, you got $1.92. Okay, so $1.92 is what is the diluted earning per shares. You compare with the basic earning per shares, it's less than basic, which is what we want, right? Remember, we want to calculate the earning per shares, for the worst situation. Okay, so this is the worst scenario, could be. And the company need to report two earning per shares. One is the basic earning per shares, one is diluted earning per shares. Okay, in their income statements. Any question at this moment?
I don't totally understand why we're dividing it by $25 per share. Why we're dividing it by the average stock price? I didn't understand that part.
Okay. Let me say that again. So remember, if these stock options are going to be exercised, then those CEO, CFO need to pay cash, right? Need to pay $20 per shares. Okay, so total is 15 million shares. Then total cash company going to receive from these CEO, CFOs with this, right? 15 times $20. So we want to assume we're going to use those cash to purchase back our own shares from the market. Okay, how many shares we can purchase? The market average price is $25. Not much cash we have. So how many shares we can purchase from the market? So that's why you want to divide by 25. That's how we got 12 millions.
Okay,
that makes sense? No?
Yeah.
Any other questions? So again, everything here is our imagination, not the real, okay? Remember, this is not the real. The real thing is what? Basic earning per share is the real. And then this year, we have that stock option, okay? We have this stock option. If they exercise, we're gonna issue 15 million more shares. But we didn't, okay? We haven't, but we didn't do that, okay? So this is, whatever the calculation here is just our imagination, okay? We, just what if we want to calculate the worst earning per share it could be. So that is diluted earning per shares. Any other question about this? Yeah, if not, let me stop sharing. Let's work on, let's practice this part, okay? So we done with this 16, right? So let's work on 17, okay? 17, okay, the basic part of 17 is just like 16, okay? So when you calculate basic earning per shares, it's just 16. You skip that, okay? So we're already done, right, with 16. So now we just calculate the diluted earning per share directly, okay?